Hey everyone, this is James from TDB here, bringing you another Inbetweenisode. Today I will not be drinking tea. So again, these are sort of teas that I wanted to review and talk about a bit, but I didn't want to kind of dedicate a whole episode to them. In fact, some of them I think 4 out of 5 of these I already have dedicated in an episode to. So these teas I all featured in kind of the day of the Xiaguan Masochist report. Most of them were in the Day of the Crane, where I basically powered my way through 8 different tools, then went on a very long run to burn off all of that energy from drinking all of those pretty strong factory teas that are about 20 years old or not. So first up is the 2004-2005 Xiaguan Jiaji. I wholeheartedly recommend this. You can check this out from MXT. You could also probably get a pretty respectable version from Teas We Like. I have not had it from Teas We Like, but I do trust their curation quite a bit. This is just kind of a classic Xiaguan taste, and I think it's worth pretty much everyone seeking out, even if you don't think you're going to love it, just so you can kind of get that as a benchmark tea. It's only about $10 from MXT, so yeah, it's the cheapest tea that I do drink somewhat regularly. And it's just dense, thick, and burly. Most of the kind of like burliness and bitterness does resolve. Not a great tea by any means, but a very sturdy, workman-like tea that I would recommend. Next up, I have the 2004 Xiaguan FT T004. So don't misread that. That is actually T004. It's not just saying 2004. I got this on a 11/11 deal, which is a big Chinese shopping holiday, I believe, in something like 2018. This, according to Toby, who I use as a source for a lot of kind of Xiaguan-related things, this was popular for some reason or something. I think maybe on the forums, the Hong Kong forums. I'm not totally sure. Anyways, not a favorite, not for me. I retried it here hoping it'd be kind of in a place that'd be drinkable. And unfortunately, my storage just hasn't moved it that much. Unsurprisingly, Seattle storage is just not well suited towards these kind of Xiaguan tools. So it's just going to take a lot of time. So even though I bought it something like 7 years ago, with 14 years of perhaps Southern Chinese storage and 7 years of Seattle storage, it's just not quite there. So maybe in another 6 or 7 years. So one that I'm not currently enjoying. Perhaps your mileage could vary a little bit if you check this out from somewhere else. Maybe it's a tool worth checking out or not, but for me at least, this is one that is kind of going back in. And that's kind of the big caveat on a lot of these Xiaguan ones. It's very storage dependent. You want storage that's quite good. It needs to be, reasonably aggressive to mellow out these Xiaguan teas. You wouldn't want just Kunming, but it can also get too aggressive too. Also, one other note I wanted to make is it's important to differentiate when it comes to Xiaguan on FT versus not. This is an FT production, which is something a little bit different. It's I believe a Taiwanese group that makes these teas, and they tend to be a little bit softer and have a little bit more texture. Some people say they're a little bit better, but I think, it's really going to vary who you talk to there. Next up, I have one from good old mainline Xiaguan. That is the Xiaguan Yincang. They made this in 2004-2005 as a blue tool. I think this is a pretty good value. Compared to the Jiaji, it's pretty similar. I'd say perhaps a little bit better. Has a really nice resinous quality. I think these tools are going to be quite good in the future. Again, it's fairly humble tea. This is not trying to be the next 88 Jinping or anything, but I think these are, decently solid when it comes to Xiaguan tools. And I think it has a lot of kind of that dense pine wood note that you're going to get from them, from something like the Jiaji as well. Next up, I have the 2006 Xiaguan Gold Ribbon FT. So again, FT. And this is more smooth and easy drinking. I suspect this has some more aged material in it. It has a nice texture. It's a little grapey. If you want to be fancy, you could call that muscatel. This used to sell on MXT for years, but it is no longer on their site. But you can definitely find this elsewhere on Taobao. And this is one that I think is not quite the smoothest Xiaguan as far as kind of like these teas that are really smooth out, but it's close. So I think if you're someone that kind of likes the basic crane taste but doesn't want to go full crane for something like a Jiaji or a Yincang, I think this one's pretty good to seek out too. The 2004 version is even better, but also quite a bit more expensive. 2007, I've also had good experiences with. I just happen to have, I think, 8 or 9 of the 2006. Next up, 2004 Xiaguan Nanzhao FT. And this kind of takes what I talked about in the Gold Ribbon, and it goes even further. The initial releases of this was 2004. They've made it a couple times, not to be confused with the cake. And this tea production is interesting because there is supposedly some banjiang material in it. Now, you might hear banjiang and you might think, this is going to be really strong, it's going to be really bitter, it's going to kind of have that like fast bitterness with converting base. And it's not that. This tea is not that. This tea is very, very smooth. I think Liquid Proust compared this with kind of the boutique version of Xiaguan, and I totally get that. It's sort of like a better version of the Gold Ribbon. I got this one from LP, but you can also get this for a bit cheaper from someone like Quiche. I think it does also float around Taobao too. Similar to the Gold Ribbon, this kind of has a light, like a muscatel, lightly oily kind of character to it. Not quite as dense as I tend to like, but it's pretty drinkable tea. Definitely one that, if you're just going to, if you made yourself just drink Xiaguan for like a year, you would incorporate stuff like this in as kind of like something smoother to have than your kind of characteristic Xiaguan duels. So these are all kind of, I think, could be pretty decent teas. The only one I kind of disliked was the T004. I think part of that is just because it's just simply not ready. So I have quite a few of those tools. I'm not going to be throwing them out anytime soon. I think I will just be sitting on them and waiting and hoping that eventually they do turn the corner. So thank you all for tuning in. Let me know how you like this episode, if you like this format. I will see you all next time. Cheers.